This is Steve Gamble with GigDigest.com. We are here today with Mr. Ron Feldman, vocal coach, artist, songwriter, musician. How are you doing today?
Very good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. It's a pleasure to speak with you. We recently attended your birthday party, and it seems to us that you have quite a few friends.
Yes, I do. Very good friends.
How many do you think attended?
I think 250.
Impressive. How many years would you say you've worked in the music industry?
About 45.
45. And what got you started?
Well, when I was 5.5 years old, my first grade teacher gave me the opportunity to play in my classroom, and she was my first mentor, and I maintained a relationship with her throughout my life. I mean, throughout her life. She died at 91. She was my biggest fan. She said, "Ronnie Feldman, you have a gift. Share it with the world." That's when I was 5.5.
Beautiful. We heard that you spent some time in the military. What branch?
Army. I was stationed in Germany, and I had my own soldier show called the Blue Berets. The Green Berets specialized in killing people. The Blue Berets specialized in entertaining people. And we used to travel throughout Germany and entertain the troops.
Wow. If someone were going to be a vocal, or if someone were going to take vocal lessons from you, what type of exercises would they expect to do?
What kind of exercises? I have a total of 8 vocal exercises that they work on for pitch, audio training, ear training, strengthening their voice, that they get over a period of about 2 months.
Okay. And what does it take to become a good singer?
Practice.
Practice, with everything else. How many students do you think you've had?
Over 1,000.
Very impressive. What are the requirements to become one of your students? What do you expect from them?
I expect daily practice. That's what I expect.
Okay. And what are some of your favorite students that stand out from all the rest?
Well, obviously Janie Lane, Mark Miller from Sawyer Brown, Kevin and Harry from the Backstreet Boys, and there's a few others coming up now. Dario Marina, he's out with Zach Wilde. I taught Dario piano. He's known as a guitar player, but in the last video he's playing piano, which made me feel very good. And he has an album out on Shrapnel Records, an instrumental album. And Michael Tyler is another connection through Janie. He is a natural. He's already an accomplished songwriter, and I expect he'll be signed this year.
And you mentioned Janie Lane and that you were working with some up-and-comers that were involved in that period of time. Do you want to improvise on that?
Yeah, that's Dario Marina.
Okay.
And Michael Tyler.
Oh, okay. All right. And what does it take to be a vocal coach?
I think you have to have inspiration and a lot of encouragement without any bullshit.
Do you have a mentor?
As a vocal coach? No.
Yeah. Okay. What is the greatest thing about working in the music industry?
The satisfaction of seeing go from one level to the next.
And from your experiences in the entertainment industry, what advice would you have to offer to people who are looking to be successful?
Doing is more important than dreaming. It's all in the doing.
End quote.
Yes.
Okay. What do you find the most challenging part of your career?
Making the connection of a breakthrough from one point to the next.
And share with us your proudest moment in your career.
I have to think about that. I think the proudest moment in my career was in 1991. I was in LA. I was with Janie, and Heaven came on the radio for the first time. And that was a very good moment.
Excellent. And how did that make you feel? Just
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. We read recently on Facebook that you give lessons using Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that the technology has changed the industry?
Yeah, I'm teaching in Australia.
Excellent.
I teach a band in Australia called Drawing North. And it's great. I teach all over the country on Skype.
Wonderful. Have you always lived in Central Florida?
Originally from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Moved down here 43 years ago.
What part of New York?
Long Island, New York Park, Long Island.
Right on. Any words of advice for inspiring singers and musicians?
Do. Don't dream. Do.
Mm-hmm. And we heard that you were in the process of writing a novel. You want to talk about that?
Sure. It's called The Third Hand. It's about three boys that come from broken homes. Two of them are enamored by Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. They become very successful bank robbers. The third one becomes a stunt director in LA. And they go through 7 robberies. The last robbery, something goes very wrong, and one of them is killed. And the detective who's assigned to them pokes around the crash site, and he suspects something's not right. And the main character has his face redone with the intention of going on his business. But it doesn't go so well. And so the rest of the book is he's being chased around the world by the FBI agent trying to catch him.
And what inspired all of this story?
Can't tell you, it just came out of my head.
Right? So.
Started off as a short story and then progressed.
Okay. Any ideas on how soon you might have that to conclusion?
I'm about three quarters of done.
Wow. Very nice. Well, Ron, we were told to keep this short, and we're inspired by you, as are many others, and I think that I speak from everybody whose lives you've touched over the years, that you have just made an amazing impression on life and music and entertainment itself. And we thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Hey, this is Steve Gamble, GigDigest.com. We're here with Beaver Felton. Beaver?
I am here. Now, I'm not all here, but I am here.
So tell me about today.
Today was invaluable. It was priceless because we had Ron Feldman's birthday, and without going into hours of descriptions and explanations, Ron Feldman is kind of like if you took a big wheel and a lot of spokes each individually being like a band or a musician. He's that hub in the middle. That's the way I know this guy and this guy and that guy and Jamie Burke and etc. And Ron Feldman has just been, as I said earlier to somebody, instrumental, if not integral, to many of our careers. And plus, he's a great musician dude and a great friend and a great humanitarian. And I'm one of a million people that have slept on his floor in the middle of the winter because I was homeless.
That's beautiful. I've heard so many stories today of people jamming out in his living room, him being mentor, father to people, just an implementation that he's touched so many lives, and it's overwhelming for me just to show up here and to see the outpouring, and it's just like, wow, this is huge.
It truly is. You know, I actually, like an idiot, tried to type up his bio and resume. And after about 80 pages, and I'm not, kind of a slow typist, I said, you know what, there's no way in the world I can recite all of this stuff that Ron Feldman has done and all the people that he's touched, directly, indirectly, to a small degree, or to an enormous degree. I'd rather not say names, but there's people that we've all seen on MTV or TV or on the radio or whatever because of Ron Feldman. In other words, he's not only been great at teaching this and this and this, but as a kind of almost like a music consultant. Like, okay, here's my tape, what should I do? You know, in the music business. And he's helped me. So he's just a multifaceted, talented guy. And in any event, I really can't say enough. He's touched 1 million people. This is the best thing I can say about any human being. His biggest payoff is helping other people. To be able to say, I helped this guy in his career. I helped this guy sing better. Never about the money. Like I said, that's the biggest compliment I can give to anybody. And it's kind of part of my philosophy and constitution, you know, make a positive difference in somebody else's life. Now, if you were to loan me $250,000 right about now, you would be helping me. Is that on the table of options or not?
I'd say no.
Okay, now let's go back to Ron. In any event, Ron just deserved it, bottom line. And it's unfortunate that we all say the same thing. Sometimes it's weddings or birthdays or whatever that brings a whole bunch of people from your past together. And you value that so much if you're like me and Ron Feldman. And so I think today was just a superb day.
We talked to a lot of people today, and like I said, it's very overwhelming. How long have you known Ron?
I think since somewhere in the 1600s, I think is when we first met. No, we go back to 1977, the first time I ever came to Orlando, Florida. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. I'm a hick. And everybody told all the musicians that were coming out, and I was I flattered, you know, a lot of guys were coming out. I heard you're good and this and that, which of course I am. Or I used to be. But more importantly, and his name kept coming up. And then finally that day, and I got all the descriptions about the way he looked, the way he acted, etc. And I remember the day on 5 minutes from here in a club called JD Sportsman's Den, changed to The Entertainer, changed to Cabaret, changed to It's Now Flat, gone.
Right.
But I remember the night I was on stage, 77, 35, 36 years ago, 37 years sometime, seeing a guy come in that fit that profile, looks kind of like Merv Griffin, kind of a clean-cut, short-haired guy with that looking down the nose, arrogance, impress me vibe. But that's Ron Feldman. And ultimately, we're all better for it. So that we go that far back, and then I met him on the break, and he introduced me to a number of other people that you probably already interviewed earlier today, that have been, by definition, instrumental in my career, and integral in some people that were much, much bigger than me, their career. Some of them are already upstairs. Some of them are probably on the down elevator, which I'm kind of waiting for at some point in the future. But Feldman is popular is one thing, well-liked, well-respected. But a guy that makes a difference in other people's lives, that's the biggest thing I can say about that human, or anybody.
Would you like to take this time now to introduce or just to say happy birthday in your own special way?
I think I've already done it, but Ron, if you ever get around to watching this, as I said earlier, thank God for bringing Ron to the planet, and thank Ron for being Ron. And there it is.
All right. Hey, this is Steve Gamble, GigDigest.com. We're here at Victorio's, and we are celebrating Ron Feldman's birthday, and I'm here with
Will Hunt.
Will Hunt. It's a pleasure to meet you, my friend.
It's Won't Fish. That's the backwards of my name.
Absolutely. So tell me, what's going on in your life?
Well, I just got back from Italy playing with this guy, Vasco Rossi, who's like the Italian Bruce Springsteen. And I'm here celebrating the life of Mr. Ron Feldman, who's one of the most beautiful, amazing people that's ever graced this planet. So really happy to be here.
And how long have you known Ron?
I've known Ron since I was 17. My father introduced me to him, believe it or not. I was playing at the station, like so many other people that have come through here today. And I was playing on stage, and my dad, who's a psychiatrist, met Ron, and then actually introduced me to Ron. And the next thing you know, a couple days later, I was in Ron's house taking vocal lessons. And so I've known him since I was 17, and it's been an amazing experience. Now I'm taking piano from Ron, wildly. I started taking piano about 9-10 months ago from Ron. I'm late to the party. But it's amazing, man. He's just been one of the most powerful forces in my life. So beautiful. Ron Feldman is an amazing individual. I look at him like my dad. He's my musical dad. He's the guy that really taught me how to write songs. He taught me how to sing. He taught me how to express myself. He taught me how to be brutally honest with myself. So in many ways, like a dad, but it's tough love. But much in the same way that someone that you call your dad is your dad, he still expressed love. He still expressed gratitude, and how happy he was when you actually achieved those kinds of goals. And when you put your mind to it, even if you fell a little bit short, he was still expressive of how proud he was of you. So he's like the dad to all these people that are here today.
Would you like to take the time to wish Ron a very special happy birthday from you personally?
Absolutely. Ron, I love you. I love you like my dad. You've been a dad to me, and I can't say enough about you. You're not going to be gone. You're going to be here with me all the time. Everything that I do will always be measured by your expectations for me, and I'll always try to achieve that. And it's because of you that I've achieved so much in my life, professionally and personally. And it's irreplaceable. You'll be in my heart forever, and I love you.
That's beautiful, man. We appreciate the time, and it's been an honor to talk to you, and we're grateful for this. Thank you. He's going to remember this.
Absolutely, brother.
Great. Thanks. Are you ready? All right, I'm here with Jamie. How you doing, Jamie?
I'm doing pretty darn well, man.
All right.
Steve, right?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I think you might know Ron.
I know Ron. Everybody knows Ron, and that's the coolest thing. An icon, Ron, the icon. Yes.
So how long have you known Ron?
I first met Ron, I believe, probably about 1989, maybe 90. That's when I first moved to Orlando, and then I started hanging out, started with my first few bands. I don't need to go into that history. And everybody just took lessons from him. I was never a student of Ron's. It's really weird. Everybody I know was a student of Ron's. But I'm a school teacher now, and I send him my students. The best ones, the ones that I think need that next push. Ron's the one that takes care of them. Ron, you know who they are.
Right on. So I think I've overheard that you do a little teaching yourself.
Yes, I'm a high school teacher. Yes.
And you teach just all forms of music?
I'm the band director. So I teach all forms of band, marching, concert, jazz, blues, all of that stuff.
Very good.
Not rock and roll yet.
Okay, cool. Well, would you like to give Ron your very own special happy birthday wish?
Happy birthday, Ron, man. Love you, my friend.
All right, excellent. This is Steve Gamble, GigDigest.com, and we are here with Rod Stewart. No, we're not here with Rod Stewart. Who are we here with?
Stu Stewart.
Stu Stewart.
His brother.
It's a pleasure to meet you, man.
Dean
No,
Aker.
but seriously. All right.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Yeah. You don't mind the jokes, do you?
No,
All right.
absolutely. No.
Great. All right. So, what's going on in your life these days?
Well, I used to play in a band with the Singer for Bad Company for about 18 years, and I just left the band in January, and I've just been kind of playing locally. I do an acoustic duo with a buddy of mine, Bobby France. Play with a couple full band situations, and mostly just play with myself.
Okay, no pun intended.
No, not at all. Me?
All right. So, what is your fondest memory with Ron?
My fondest memory with Ron would probably be when I would go and take lessons, and my son's 14 now. He was probably 4 at the time, and I'd have to bring him with me because nobody could watch him. And Ron used to have a dog named Winston. I don't know if you guys know that. His beloved dog, Winston, and Dean would play with Winston while I was taking lessons, and it's just a fond memory for me.
Very cool. Anything you want to say to Ron personally that he can watch over and over again?
Happy birthday, my brother. I love you very much, and I hope you had a great day. And I'm glad we made it. We're really late.
Excellent.
But imagine, I've never been late for anything in my life.
All right. What do you think of the turnout here today?
Oh, it's beautiful. I wish I would have got here a little earlier because obviously I missed a lot of people. But if you see this, I wish I would have saw you guys. And
Very cool. Thanks for your time, my friend.
Very nice to meet you.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Happy birthday, bro.
GigDigest.com, and we are here at Ron Feldman's Big Ass Birthday Bash 2014. I'm here with Tommy R. and Chris Helton. How you doing, guys?
How you doing? Well,
I'm doing as good as Tommy. I'm doing fabulous to be in Florida, and Ron's my brother. I've known Ron, since God created.
before me.
Well, God created the planets, and then he created a vocal coach,
Yeah.
and that's when I met him. God said, "Chris, would you come in and take pictures?" You know, it was a job. What can I say? And Ron was
He's
my
a
vocal
whore.
coach, and you know why I didn't sing "Happy Birthday" to Ron a while ago?
Why didn't you?
Because
Because
then
he-
everybody see I wasted my money and can't sing.
You've been a musician before in the past, right?
Yeah, my band actually made national magazines. It was pretty cool. You know, it was a trip, but it was understanding the business has a lot to do with it. And plus, the band I put together with Jeff LaRouche, and he's an incredible guitar player.
Another cool guy.
Incredible, exactly. So, you know, how can you deny it when you hear it and you got music like that? Yeah. And I was in the biz, so I knew a lot about it for a long time. So it was cool. But Ron was my vocal coach. I used to do shit like, yesterday.
Smoke weed and not show up.
Yeah, don't smoke weed. No, I showed up. I used to love it because I'd come there after
Actually
Kung
showed up.
I'd come there after Kung Fu and I'd go, Ron,
I didn't
let
give
me
him a
show
ride.
you this move. I'd beat on Ron.
So,
Love Ron.
how long are you in town for?
Till Sunday.
You got any big plans with Ron?
I have no idea what's going on. I didn't know I was going to be here till the day before I flew in. Yeah. So I have no idea what's up. I'm just here hanging with you guys.
And we're glad to have you here, man. This is tremendous.
Fabulous.
This is great.
Fabulous. This is home.
All right.
You know, I grew up, I was born and raised in Indiana, but this is home, you know, to me. I don't talk to anybody in Indiana. They can't relate to us. You know what?
relate to him.
See, if you ever tell people someplace else about your life, they think you're making it up. They have no idea what this whole place is like in our lives. They think you're making it up. So you can't relate to those people. I can only relate
Can't
to you
make it
guys.
up.
You guys want to take the time to wish Ron a very personal happy birthday that he can watch over and over again because this is recorded.
Sure. Who are we talking about again?
George.
Ron Feldman.
George Feldman. Felton. George Felton. Yeah, George Felton. George, I love you. You know that. Ron, you the man. You're my brother. I love Ron to death.
Hey, Ron, I just want to say you have touched me here and here. And I love you, and you know that. And you know I'm going to give Chris Helton shit, and you know I'm going to give you shit. So I love you.
Hey, Ron, you
Vocal-
touch me
vocal
here. You touch me here. Any place else will cost you $25. But hey, you guys got to make a living.
Great. Good stuff, guys. Thanks. Hey, this is Steve, and I'm here with Gregory Talley. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Doing great.
Great. It's great to have you here today. So what do you think of the turnout?
Man, it was incredible for Ron Feldman tonight, man. Kind of brings a tear to your eye, seeing as many people, I mean, there's people here I haven't seen in over 2 decades, that was incredible. A lot of people flew in and stuff, It was a beautiful day so far, man, for him, so.
And how many hours would you say you've been here?
I got here early just so I could get a parking spot, so.
Good thinking.
Yeah, but I didn't have to fly in like the rest of the people, so I kind of live around here, so.
So I guess it was probably pretty incredible to see people, like you said, fly in here. I mean, that's huge, right?
That's incredible, As I said, that brings a tear to your eye to see how many people actually remember Ron and all the things he did for us as musicians back in the past, and the vocal things and the abilities he gave us, and was incredible. It's an experience that no one else, could take away from me. So.
What are some of your fondest experiences or memories with Ron?
Well, the first time I was a little just leery of the whole thing. My promoters and stuff. They were like, "Oh, you need vocal lessons." And I said, "I'm a drummer," and they're like, "Well, you're doing backup vocals, so you need to learn how to breathe and do all these things." That I had no idea what that meant. I thought singing was singing. Until I met Ron, then I learned how to, sing with a voice. It became a voice instead of a muffled situation, So Ron brings those things out in you, and I love the guy forever, I told everybody about him, you got to go see Ron if you want to sing good. You have to go see Ron, So I don't know what else to say about him. He's a brother, and I love him to death, and he's made me what I am now. Vocally, drumming wise, and everything. Just a all-around musician.
That's beautiful, man. That's really great. Is there anything you want to add? Would you like to have a special birthday from Gregory to him that he can watch over and over again and appreciate?
I'm just going to sing one little verse of something that he taught me.
Do it.
I mean, it's only going to be quick, man. But I remember that he said, I brought him a song, and I said, I really like this band, so I'm going to do it for you, man. You ready? Every time I think of you, it always turns out good. Every time I held you, I thought you understood. There's some babies for you. You remember that, Ron?
I'm sure he's going to appreciate the hell out of that, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome. Great. Thank you. Hey, this is Steve with GigDigest.com. We are here at Ron Feldman's Birthday Bash 2014, and it is July 20th. I'm here with Pedro Espada from Rocket Fly. How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
Great. So tell me, do you have any really fond memories and experiences with Ron?
I have a lot of experiences with Ron. He actually brought me out of my shell. I was a really shy singer. I actually taught myself how to sing, but Ron really kind of gave me the strength to kind of go out there and give everything. I was really shy. I didn't really want to sing, really. I could sing, but I didn't really want to do it. And he kind of pushed me that way to kind of just go and do it, And here I am, many years later, and I'm still singing. So thanks to Ron.
So the first time you ever performed live in a serious venue, did you think of the things that Ron told you, taught you, and implement them into what you were doing?
I did. I actually locked up the first time, especially when I had to hit those really high notes. And I remember what he taught me, and he just said, just kind of, forget everything, just kind of do your thing, and it worked out.
Excellent. So would you like to take this time to wish Ron a very special happy Pedro birthday?
Happy birthday, Ron. You rock.
That's excellent, man. And he's going to get to watch this, and we're grateful to have the time to talk with you. Thank you. We're here with Franco Capanello. How you doing, my friend?
Very well, thank you.
And what's going on with you today?
Oh, well, I'm here to celebrate Ron Feldman's birthday. Happy birthday, Ron. I know it's not really your birthday, but we're going to celebrate it anyway. And I'm currently playing with a band called Go 80, featuring Beaver Felton, Joe Stump, Doug Bear, who's in Mother's Finest, and what was it? Blackfoot, that's right. And I started out with a band called Foreign Legion. That's where I met Ron. I was all of 17 years old and was not allowed to stand at the bar. There was always somebody in the band that had to kind of babysit me, make sure I didn't get in trouble because I was underage. And Ron came in, and I met him, and he kind of took a shine to me because I was so young and in the business so young, and he became a mentor of mine, and I'm so glad I could be here and just celebrate this day with him.
So how many years total would you say it is that you've known Ron?
Well, I was 17. I'm 50 now, so it's got to be at least 30 years.
Wow. Give me one of your fondest memories or funny stories, whichever you choose, of Ron, and you can make it as long as you want.
Well, you know, I never worked with Ron professionally. I never took lessons from him. He was more my mentor. He knew how young I was in the clubs, which I really shouldn't have been in, and he knew the culture that I was in and how dangerous it was for somebody as young as me. So he kind of took me under his wing, and he would invite me over to his house, and I didn't live too far from him, so I'd jump on my bike because I didn't have a car, and I'd go over to his house, and we would drink iced tea, and we would play Scrabble for hours. And I never won a game, so you owe me. Anyway, but we would play Scrabble, and he would just ask me questions about, you know, how I feel about what I'm doing, and what made me tick, what would upset me. Not really get too deep into band politics, but, you know, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about this? And he kept me grounded in a situation where I could have really gone awry and gotten into a lot of trouble. You know, a lot of us have buried some of our musician friends throughout the year. A lot of us didn't make it this far, alive, I mean. So I really want to thank Ron from the bottom of my heart. You've been a mentor of mine and a friend of mine since I was 17 years old, and here I am 50, and we're still both around to talk about it, and I'm just very grateful that you took me under your wings. You kept me out of trouble. You kept me grounded when I could have been so much more of a egotistical punk. And I just really want to thank you, Ron. I love you. You are always in my heart.
Excellent. So I probably don't even have to ask you if you want to present your own special birthday wish, but if you want to add more to that, this is the time to do it. Go ahead.
I just want to say, Ron, I love you. I'll always love you. You kept me out of a lot of trouble just by keeping me grounded and asking me the right questions, getting inside my head, leading me with suggestions which way I should go with decisions that I had to make. And I got to honestly say, Ron, if it wasn't for you, I would be in a much worse place than I am right now. And it's all because of you. I love you, and we'll see you soon.
Excellent. That was a beautiful story. Great insights, and we are very pleased to have you take the time to do this.
Thank you.
From gigdigest.com. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, this is Steve Gamble with gigdigest.com, and we are here at Ron Feldman's Birthday Bash 2014, July 20th. And we are here with
Gary Moffett.
It's a pleasure to meet you, man. What's going on?
Just came here to see my old buddy and wish him a beautiful birthday bash celebration, along with a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time, which has been great.
Excellent. And tell me, how far did you travel to be here today?
Actually, we did a show in Grand Rapids, so I had a 7 o'clock flight this morning and came to Orlando and took a nap for 2.5 hours and then drove here so I could see Ron and everybody else.
Right on. Excellent. Well, we're glad to have you here.
No way.
Excellent. So how long have you known Ron?
Ron and I go back to like 1970, almost 76. I think it was late 75.
And have you ever taken instruction from Ron?
No, he's taken instruction from me.
Really?
Just kidding. No,
All
Ron.
right. Cool. So what's going on with you these days?
18 years touring with 38 Special, playing drums for them, and been very fortunate and very thankful for what I'm doing, and still able to do it at this point in my life.
Very nice. How many times have you been to Orlando before?
I grew up in Orlando.
Did you really?
Yes. First grade on.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And what school did you go to?
Domrick Elementary, Maitland Junior High, and Winter Park High School.
Yeah. Very local. Very local. Excellent. So do you want to give Ron a very special birthday wish that he can watch over and over again?
I think the thing that would mean the most to Ron would be something that he and I would only understand, and I guarantee he'll crack up when he hears this, is back when I was a hot-headed little punk and we played together with Nick Russo and Gabriel's Brass out at Disney World back in 75 to 77. I was there. Ron stayed there longer than that. But I was a cocky little outspoken idiot, and we were in the Disney cafeteria having lunch or whatever on a break, and I said something smart ass or whatever, and next thing I know, he just kind of leaned over and put a small a dish of like salad dressing, just put it on my chin. And it was like, we never forgot that. It was like, it was so, he just, instead of nailing me, he just went like, you know. So it was funny to us, so I know it means something to him. And we talked about it through the years.
Yeah. Excellent.
That's my wish, is that, that I should have brought some salad dressing.
Well, excellent. Well, we're so glad to have the opportunity to talk to you and to have you have the opportunity to wish Ron a happy birthday, as so many others have done. I mean, it's an overwhelming thing, and Gig Digest is absolutely proud to have this opportunity. So
Appreciate you guys honoring Ron.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Thanks for having me.
GigDigest.com. Support local live music. Get out there and do it. Hey, this is Steve, and I just want to ask you, what Italian family are you from?
Hey, I'm Dominic. I am from the Loria Italian family. And I just want to tell you that Ron Feldman, Mr. Ron Feldman, you are a member of our family for 30 some odd years. And it's been an honor to have you in our family. And like we were saying earlier, it's much easier to get in our family than it is to get out, as you know, as Italian families go. And we were talking earlier about how the generations of people that you influenced over the years is quite amazing, as you can see at this place right here. Chris Granados is one who's only 20-something years old. I'm 56 years old, and there you go right there, right? And we're riding together. So that's quite amazing, and it's all because of you. So I wish you a happy birthday, and I love you, buddy.
Awesome. That was beautiful. He's going to love that. Thank you. Happy birthday, Ron. We are here with
Scott Davidson.
And
Happy birthday, Ron.
And you're a musician, I take it?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm a solo artist. I'm an acoustic player that plays around Orlando here. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah. I also play in prison reentry centers and work with musicians who are incarcerated, mostly on substance abuse charges, and they're going through hard times in their life, and I utilize music and the arts as a therapeutic device so they're able to work through their problems. And in turn, it helps me and inspires me to help write music to share with everyone.
Learn by teaching.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a huge helper. Have you ever taken any vocal lessons from Ron?
Absolutely. I took vocal lessons for over 2 years from Ron Feldman. He taught me so much about, of course, pitch accuracy, breathing from your diaphragm, discipline, and I can even think about I'll never forget some of the Ron-isms. You know, Scott, it's the first time I met him, Scott, it's a show me business, show me what you got. And he'd always, be teaching me how to breathe from my diaphragm and teaching me how to compose music and structure harmonies. He's taught me so much, and most of all, to give me the confidence to be able to sing and to do many other things. So it's been a platform in what Ron has taught me to really do not just music, but other things and have confidence in that. So I thank you, Ron.
Beautiful, and I can tell that you find yourself very fortunate to have had that experience in that instruction.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ron's been a blessing and a huge inspiration in my life, so thank you very much, Ron.
Beautiful. Well, right now you can take this time to give Ron a very special happy birthday wish that he can watch over and over, time and time again, to enjoy. Go for it.
Well, happy birthday, Ron. You and I have talked privately, but I just want you to know again how much of an inspiration you've been to me. Thank you for being able to give me the confidence in what I do and many of the different aspects of my life, not only in songwriting, but just to be able to have the confidence to be able to help people and be a giver and be able to share my gift with other people in the world. So thank you very much, Ron. God bless you.
Tremendous. Thanks for your time, my friend. We appreciate it. Hey, this is Steve, and I'm here with Ray Girl. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How are you, Steve?
I'm terrific. And tell me, how do you know Ron?
I have known Ron for 25 years. Oh, wait. I'm only 30, so I've known him for 8 years. because, yeah, anyway. My old roommate and all his bandmates used to take lessons from Ron, so I had to live with them walking around the house doing the vocal exercises. So I used to curse Ron pretty much nightly, having to hear all that. But it was amazing. They all turned out to be wonderful singers and have good careers, and they owe it to Ron.
Beautiful. Well, right now I want to give you the opportunity to give Ron your own very special Ray Girl birthday wish. Go for it.
I love you, Ron. Happy birthday. You are my sweetheart.
Well said. Thank you. Hey, this is Steve with Gig Digest, and we're here at Ron Feldman's Birthday Bash 2014, July 20th, and I'm here with
Donnie Lee,
Sean McMahon,
Chaz.
And you guys have a past band that takes you back to the earlier days with Ron Feldman. Tell me about it.
Cherry Bomb, a band we got together, I guess, early 90s, I guess. And Ron took us in, gave us all lessons, tried to get our harmonies better, made us a better band, went out on the road, continued to see him throughout many different times when we were back home. But without him, you know, he's just been a monument in our lives, you know, really a solid rock, and gave us the inspiration to do what we do.
Excellent. So would you say that you benefited throughout the years from vocal lessons?
Absolutely. Ron's method of teaching was very, very direct. You never had to guess where you were in your lessons, in your ability. His brutal honesty gave us results. And Ron was much more than a vocal instructor or a coach as well. When you went into business with Ron, he didn't have to take you on as a student. He chose who he wanted to be with. So we all feel it was kind of a rite of passage that we were allowed to go through to work with Ron. We met Ron even earlier than the 90s when we were in even our younger bands, and we were kids in 17 and 18, and he had a major impact on us as musicians and as people. As people, and we're glad to be a part of that culture. We're lucky to know Ron.
And you guys are very fortunate. Any fond stories that you'd like to tell of Ron?
I still, yes, the push-ups. I still love the exercises that comes from here, the diaphragm. Emphasize the diaphragm. Ron's a great influence. I'm a drummer, but still, it doesn't matter what musical instrument you play, he's always been a great influence. If you're a musician, if you're an artist in general. He said it tonight, do it. Don't think about it, don't dream about it, do it. And so he's definitely an influence.
Excellent. You guys have a special happy birthday wish that you'd like to take this time, because he can watch this over and over and over again. Make it anything you want it to be.
Yeah, I have a birthday wish. I wish my friend Ron peace. That's what I wish for you, my brother. I wish you peace. And I hope that you know when watching these videos and after experiencing this today, what you did made a huge, huge impact on so many across the planet. We always talk about Central Florida because that's where we're at. Ron has students internationally, friends, student friends. The line gets blurred because of the type of character that you are, Ron.
Artist that, he, developed pretty much in our time, our era, I mean, our friend, Mr. Janie Lane, he coached him to the get-go from the very beginning. We got to listen to the release parties at his house, so at Ron's house. Yeah. So it was quite nice. We went there for lessons one night, and he gave us put the whole Cherry Bomb CD on, Cherry Pie CD, excuse me. And we sat and listened to it, I think the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken, but he always helped influence us to feel better about what we do and what we did, and to get us where we are now. And we're still doing music. Yes, we have regular lives, of course, but the influence that he gave us, the direction that he gave us, the positive momentum
confidence.
Ron. The confidence, the confidence that I lacked, he gave me a lot of confidence. I'll say that from my personal point.
That's important. That's huge, and I'm glad you brought up the aspect you did about the international aspect, because nobody else has said anything like that yet. And one thing that I've heard quite a bit is people rehearsing and practicing in his living room. That's huge. That's huge. You know, I mean, that tells a lot about a guy to give that part of his
life.
Yeah.
His home.
Yeah.
I mean, he brought you into, it was his castle, and you were knighted. He was the king.
That's beautiful. Acceptance. Yeah.
Yeah, acceptance.
That's why we pick and chose the students, because it was intimate, it was personal. We're in his home. All the bands and the different versions of bands that we've been through that we had Ron help us with, we survived all 17 of his dogs. We've seen him change all of his cars and dogs. Ron goes through like socks. He had all kinds of cars, and you know, that's his thing, his dogs and his cars. And you know, every couple years when we go back and check in and coming off the road, there'd be a new car or a new dog and this and that. And it was personal. It was very personal. And we're lucky. We're lucky, brother.
We're thankful that Ron has been in our lives, if I can say that for everyone. I believe we all know that. And, you know, Ron, we love you, man. So, period. That's about all I can say.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How are you?
Good. Your name is?
Chance. I'm Chance.
Chance. And how long have you known Ron?
I've known Ron since 1985.
It's a pretty good span of time. And what is your influence and your association with Ron?
Ron was my very first vocal coach, my very first band manager. He was a father figure after my father disowned me. And he's one of my closest friends now.
That's beautiful. Are you in a band?
Yeah, I'm a solo artist.
Excellent.
I've been in bands. I mean, he was our band manager for like 4 years, and until he wanted to kind of not be a band manager anymore. And then the band that he sort of launched, we took off. We went up and down the East Coast, and we moved out to Los Angeles, and I stayed there. Eventually got signed a little later, which he knows all about. And just always influenced by him, always, because he's a no bullshit guy.
Cool. All right, I'll give you a second here, but see if you can draw from memory a really funny Ron Feldman story. Just take your time.
That's going to be tough, because there's so many.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you one. This is a funny one, all right? There was a time when he was managing us that we used to rehearse in his living room. And we got a hold of a Swank magazine. And there was one of those like stories, and somehow or another during the course of the story, and this is okay for me to go there, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. The guy, or the girl said to the guy, "Fuck my puckered anus." So we thought the phrase puckered anus was like the funniest thing we'd ever heard, and we used it for everything. It became an adjective, a noun. Grab my microphone next to the puckered anus. Whatever. It's like it didn't matter, right? So at one point there was this one practice where we were saying it so often, he goes, "If you guys don't stop saying puckered anus, I'm not managing this band."
Very cool.
So that is a classic Ron Feldman story.
That's great, and he's going to enjoy watching that. And here's something else he's really going to enjoy watching. You giving him a special birthday wish that he can watch over and over again on gigdigest.com.
All right, Ron. I love you. I don't have to say anything else. Happy birthday. And I'll talk to you very soon, brother. Okay. Good night.
Beautiful. Hey, thanks for your time. We appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
I do remember that. Yes. All right. Hey, this is Steve with Gig Digest, and I am here with Jed Decker. What's going on, man? What the hell are you doing here?
I'm here for my buddy Ron. It's his birthday. Came to sing happy birthday.
I thought you were here to get some fried chicken and shit.
Well, that too, and some oysters.
Oysters and vodka. All right, cool. So what's going on with you?
Not much, man. Still rocking, doing American Hot Rods, 80s tribute.
Sweet. I want to give Ron a very special birthday wish right here.
I love you. I respect you. You've been a big part of my life for more than half my life. I love you, man. Happy birthday.
That's cool, man. You got anything else you want to say?
I'll save it for him.
All right, cool. Thanks for your time, man. We love it. You're right. Hey, this is Steve, and I'm here with John Poper. What's going on, man?
Well, just came down here to pay respect to Mr. Ron Feldman. Never knew him on a personal level, just a friendship level, every now and again, and I just know what he means to the Orlando area, to the Central Florida area as far as vocalists go, and people that have worked with him and people that honor the work that he does, you know, and glad to be here and glad to be part of it.
Sweet. And I think I kind of saw a little thing going on where you may have taken a little break from being a musician for a while.
Yes, I did. I had to retire for a little bit. Got very tired, and when it starts affecting your health and your well-being, it's time to take a break for a little while, which I did. And through the graces that be, got a couple of good offers that I couldn't refuse, and one of those resulted in a brand new cover band that I'm in called Prodigal Son, and we'll be out and about in the Central Florida area. Come check that out. And the other big part of that will be my Whitesnake tribute, Forevermore. And we just got picked up by Maximum Bands out of Tampa, the biggest tribute band booking agency in the world. And looking forward to getting some stuff done with them and keeping the Central Florida area and all other areas around rocking. All right.
Cool, man. Well, this is an opportunity for you to go ahead and wish Ron a happy birthday on a personal level if you'd like. And you can even sing happy birthday if you want. You're a singer.
I ain't going to do that, but I will.
All right.
Ron, I would just like to wish you a happy birthday and a happy birthday for many, many more years to come. Thank you for all that you have done for the Central Florida music scene.
Sweet. Thank you, man. We appreciate your time. Hey, this is Steve. We're here at Ron's Birthday Bash, and I am here with
Jeff Pattershaw.
And
Gloria Pattershaw.
And how long have you known Ron?
For at least 40 years.
40 years is a long time. Have you ever taken vocal lessons from Ron?
I have.
You have. And are you in a band?
No, I'm not. But my kids have taken vocal lessons from him, and my whole family has. So I've known Ronnie since I'm about 13.
Excellent. And what about you?
I studied with Ron for a long time. I played with him in Gabriel's Brass 40 plus years ago, and my kids have all taken, like she said. He actually introduced us. That's our claim to fame with Ron, is he introduced us as a couple. I was working at Rosie O'Grady's downtown, and Ron had come in to see us, and she was working there as a waitress. And Ron says, "Oh, do you know Gloria?" And I think that was a good thing that he introduced me. Sometimes we claim it's good. He liked it as like, "Hey, yeah, I introduced him." Then it was like, "Yeah, I introduced him." So.
Well, that's a very special story. I mean, I have yet to come across anything like that. All right, so I want to ask you, do you want to give Ron a very special happy birthday wish that he can watch time and time again? You got your chance right here, right now.
I just want to tell Ronnie he knows how much I love him, and I love you very much, Ronnie. And you.
Beautiful. Special birthday wish. Go for it.
Okay, Schlepper. To the Christmas Jew. It's just saying. He's the only person, our Christmas party every day, the only person in the room who knew every Christmas song ever written. Nobody else knew him because all the other musicians were like working. Anyway, happy birthday, Ronnie.
He's going to appreciate this. I just know it. Hey, guys, thank you so much for your time. You're wonderful. You guys have a great day. And we're glad you were here.
Yeah, we are.
Thanks. Hey, this is Steve. We're here at Ron Feldman's Birthday Bash, and I'm here with Michael Amico. How are you doing, my friend?
Steve, great.
And you're a musician, yes?
I am, bass player.
Okay. And tell me, what's going on in your life?
General manage a place called Bass Central. Beaver Felton is the owner. That's basically it, playing bass, writing a lot of original music right now.
And how long have you known Ron?
Ron, I became aware of since 1988 when I moved down to Florida from New York. He was like this mythical figure that everybody spoke his name, but we never met. Got to know Ron over the years, and he's just a fabulous individual and brilliant musician.
Great. Have you taken instruction from Ron?
I haven't. My only regret is not being able to study with Ron. My path when I was in a national act, a guy named Pat Travers, so I never was around to do that back in those days, but it's one of my main regrets.
Right now, I can give you the opportunity to wish Ron a very personal birthday wish. Would you like to do that?
I'd love to do that. That'd be great.
Go for it.
Ron, I want to say happy birthday to you, and also thank you for being an inspiration to all of us in the Central Florida music community. You've done more for us in your lifetime than you'll ever know, my friend. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Excellent. I love what people have to say, man. Everybody's got something wonderful to add, and it's terrific. Thank you. You have a great day. You're a musician?
Yes, I'm a musician. I play fiddle and also violin, as well as was a student of Ron's, and very fortunate to be.
And how long did you take lessons or instruction from Ron?
I was fortunate. I think it was about 6 months or so, and so in that time I felt like I made the best progress with anybody I've ever studied with as far as voice went.
You know, I hear a lot of that. Everybody has picked Ron Feldman as their favorite, and that's tremendous. Do you have a special birthday wish you'd like to say right now?
Yeah, happy birthday, Ron. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for believing in me. It really means a lot, and I will never forget that. That's the most valuable thing that you could give me, and I'm sure that many of your students feel the exact same way. So thank you, Ron.
That's beautiful. Thanks, man. We appreciate your time. You have a good day. Hey, this is Steve. We're here at Victorio's Oyster Bar and Grill, and I am here with
Ronnie Sutton.
And you're a musician, yes?
Yes, I am.
Tell me about your band.
Oh, my band my band now is a band called Into Now. We usually do on the Daytona side of things, but back when I met Ron, I was with a band called Mantra. And met him at Disney in 1978. And he took an interest in the group and wanted to do some vocal stuff with us. And that's how I remember him. You know, he's been a really great friend since then. And he's a very intricate part of my life and everybody that was involved in that group. You know, so he's really a good man. Really a good man.
Excellent. And you say you started lessons in what year?
78.
That's a long way back.
Yeah, I'm an old guy.
Very good. So do you have a special birthday wish that you'd like to go ahead and say for Ron right now that you didn't get a chance to?
Ron, I love you. Always will. You've always been a great friend and a great influence in my life. And I thank you, and I thank God for you.
That's beautiful. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate your time. Hey, this is Steve, and we are here, Gig Digest. We're here with Aaron Pouncey. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, really. Just here celebrating Ron's birthday.
Yeah, and how long have you known Ron?
Well, for about a year and a half, I would think. Actually, no, about a year. I've been taking lessons on off for like about a few months. So, actually, about a year. So.
And how do you feel that's working for you?
He's probably the best vocal coach I've ever had, ever. I've had like 4 or 5 before, but he's the best I've ever had.
So you wouldn't trade him in?
No.
So I understand you're a local musician, and I've talked to you before. You want to say a couple more things about your band projects?
Well, I just started a new one called Afterlife, which I'm actually playing drums in this one. We're more like a Avenged Sevenfold. We play like bands like The Pretty Reckless and Hailstorm. We have a girl singer. She's phenomenal. And I also just started a new band with this guy over here.
Hollywood Steel.
Oh.
All right, excellent. So how do you feel about the music scene here in Orlando?
It's really tight, actually. Everybody is on like a name basis, and it's really actually a small world community around here, so everybody knows everybody. So.
And you know a lot of people that know Ron, and how do you think they feel about their training with him?
Well, most of them are happy about it, so they're very thankful for what he's did for them and how much they've helped him in their career. So he's always supported me with my bands and stuff, and he's helped me get where I am now. So.
Excellent. You're very fortunate, and your mom is very supportive too, I understand. That's great. Do you go out and see local live music very often?
Yeah, most of the time. Last night I went to go see Papa Wheelie actually at the Green Parrot, so I just saw them and I sang a few songs with them last night.
So this is your chance to give Ron a very special birthday wish. I'm going to let you have it. Here it is.
Thank you so much, Ron, that all you have done for me. Happy birthday. You're the best.
Great. Thank you, man. Okay, so hey, who are you guys?
I'm Rob. I went by Rob Carter back then, but it's Rob Bowler. Played in Fade to Black and a number of other bands around town. Had Ron as a vocal teacher.
How long ago did he instruct you?
I believe 89.
Okay.
It was the last time I took lessons from him, but I went on to do voiceovers, so he helped a lot.
So he teaches more than just vocals. He teaches.
Well, he teaches you how to use your voice, so whatever that applies.
Excellent. I could probably use that myself. So who's this lovely lady you got here with you?
Girlfriend Christy.
Christy.
My name's Christy. Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you. You're very beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, you're a lucky guy.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I am.
You're going to pay for that, and we have it on film. From Orlando?
From Lakeland.
From Lakeland.
Yeah.
And I think I overheard you saying something about you're going to move back here to Orlando?
Back to Lakeland.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have any band projects going on right now?
No, just getting back in town.
Right on. All right. Do you have a special birthday wish you'd like to say right now for Ron?
Ron, love you, man. You did so much for everybody in this scene and so much for me. You gave us a voice.
That was excellent, man. Very good. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
All right. You guys have a great day and be safe driving home. Thanks. Hey, this is Steve with Gig Digest. We're here at Victorio's Oyster and Grill, and I'm here with
Ed White.
Ed White. I understand you're a musician.
Yes, I am, Steve.
And what do you play?
I play guitar, electronic guitar.
Excellent. How long have you been playing?
I'm 64. I started when I was 12.
Wow, you must be awesome.
In my own world, yes. Thank you so much.
So how long have you known Ron?
I think about 30, 35 years, I'm guessing.
And you've taken some vocal lessons from him?
Yes, I had been improvising singing for many years and kind of not knowing what I was doing. And I went to see Ron, and he helped me out in a lot of analytical approach to the music and kind of gave me a framework to work with, and it helped me a whole lot.
Excellent. And how did you feel when you first approached Ron about taking lessons?
Oh, silly and nervous.
Yeah.
Because, like, what? You're already gigging, you know, but I really wanted to do it. It was such a benefit.
Excellent. Do you have any special birthday wishes for Ron?
I just thanked him for being.
That's it.
That's it.
That's plain and simple. That's good. All right, great.
He's a good man.
Is there anything that you'd like to say to Ron?
I think you owe me $5, but I'm going to let it slide. It's cool. Keep it.
And I am here with
Matt Bloodwell.
And you are in what band?
I play guitar and sing for Megaphone, and I'm also a drummer at Blue Man Group, and I play drums out at Disney's Hollywood Studios, too.
Wow, very widespread.
I like to stay busy, man. What can I say, you know?
Good stuff. How long have you known Ron?
I've known Ron since I was, he managed my band when I was 15. I've known him since I was about 13 years old. So he's kind of like, which I'm sure a lot of the guys you've already talked to, he's kind of like their second dad. But he actually still comes over to our house for Christmas dinner every year. So he's a super close friend.
Awesome. What are one of your fondest memories with Ron?
We used to rehearse. My band that he managed was called The Action, and I played drums in that. And I don't know if you interviewed Chance, but he was the singer. And we used to rehearse in his living room. So we would set up drums, keyboards, guitars, bass, mixing console in his house, and that was our rehearsal space. Most people rent a space. We just used his house. So we practically lived there. It was like a clubhouse, man. And this was, mid to late 80s. It's just a blast. We were like a family. Like I said, he was like dad.
Awesome. So I'm going to guess from everything that you've just told me, Ron is a pretty giving guy, very friendly, and I mean, what else would you say about Ron?
If you're a musician in Orlando, he is kind of the glue of the Orlando music scene. He's been that way when I met him as, a 13-year-old kid, and he's still that same way today, 20 years later. So he's one of the best people I've ever met. Just so nice, so caring, and like I said, I love him like a father.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
That's great. So, are there any special birthday wishes that you'd like to personally say to Ron that maybe you haven't had a chance to yet?
Happy birthday, Ron. I'll see you. We always go to lunch on his birthday, so I've got it on my calendar.
Have there been past birthday celebrations for Ron that were this big?
No, this is probably the biggest. I think the Action played at his 40th birthday, and it was maybe a tenth of this. So this is like everyone I've ever known. It's like a high school reunion, you know what I mean? Like everybody I've known in the music, local music scene is here. So no, this is pretty amazing.
Yeah, this is definitely a wonderful outcome. I mean, I'm seeing people that I've seen from way, way back, and so I'm with you. Excellent. Well, we appreciate your time.
Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's been great talking to you.
Good to meet you. Thanks.
Hey, this is Steve with Gig Digest, and we're here with Paul Drennan. What band are you with?
Three Forks Road.
And what kind of music do you guys play?
It's a blues rock. I say that because we're just not like the traditional blues band. We do a lot of traditional stuff, but we just have a little kick. I'd say maybe like a Gary Moore, Bonamassa kind of approach.
Cool. How long have you been in the Central Florida area?
Oh my God. Do I have to say? Because it's really going to show my age.
No, that doesn't actually depict age, but so.
No, it's I've been in Central Florida for, I don't know, for 35 years, maybe 40.
Same as me. I've been here since '72, so I'm a long-term resident. So how long have you known Ron?
I met Ron. I had a band called Mantra. That was, we actually ended up getting signed with Polygram, Casablanca. And it was a funk band, basically. And we were playing Disney. And Ron was playing in a band called Gabriel's Brass at Disney. And this had to be, oh God, late 70s. So that's when I met him. Of course, did vocal lessons like everybody else, you know. Which is great. You got to have it.
Awesome. Do you want to give a personal birthday wish to Ron? Anything you want to say?
Absolutely. Ron, he's just been a dear friend and is a dear friend. And absolutely happy birthday, Ron. And as you can see today, he's probably the most loved person that I know.
Are you blown away by the turnout?
Well, yes and no. I expected this.
Yeah.
And I'm running into people I haven't seen in years, 30 years, you know.
So it's kind of like a reunion from the station, the +3. I mean, as many venues, the Fairbanks Inn.
All that, yes.
The way back.
And even further than that.
Really?
Oh, we can go way back. Clubs that were in Orlando. Oh, I'm thinking there was a club called Jekyll and Hyde's years ago. There was a place called the Sportsman's Den. That's going way a long time ago. But I've known Ron for all that long, for sure.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thanks for
And
having me.
it's been great talking to you.
Thanks so much for
And
having me.
you have a great day and stay safe.
Thanks.
Thank you.
These two takes.
All right. Hey, this is Steve, and I have Jamie Edwards here. And Jamie would just like to take a quick minute to say happy birthday to Ron Feldman. Go for it.
Happy birthday, Ron. It was great seeing you today, man. It was great to see a lot of old friends out here today. Hope everybody has a great rest of the day.
Thank you. We're here with Leo Vieira. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What brings you here today?
Ron Feldman, obviously. He is, his work, the lives he's touched is amazing. I've only known him peripherally. I wish I could have taken lessons from him, but, you know, I haven't. However, the fact of him being here, all of us celebrating his life and his accomplishments is amazing.
Absolutely. You play in a band?
Yes, I do. The band is Micah and The Reason. And we're just finished a run in Universal Studios for the past 2 years. And we're out and about now playing local clubs. And we'll be next month in Windermere Dexter's. So we're pretty busy.
Right on. Has Ron had any influence on any of your band members?
Actually, we had a former drummer that was taking lessons from him vocally, and so he has peripherally taken have some influence in our band. Yeah.
So Ron does not only teach lessons to lead singers in a band, but also backup singers and whatnot.
That's correct. Yes, backup singing is a technique all of its own that that you need to work on. It's not just something you just can do. So obviously, Ron's professionalism and his expertise comes in very handy.
Having your harmonies tight makes your band tight, right?
Absolutely. Vocals nowadays, particularly, are the core of any kind of band sound. So having good background vocals along with good lead vocals is essential for success.
Excellent. Have you been here to Victoria's before?
Yes, I have.
So you come here frequently?
Yes, I do. I love the oysters here.
Oysters, you eat them raw?
Yeah, I eat them actually lightly steamed, but I can't eat them raw as well. They're always good no matter which way you get them.
Absolutely, I agree. I'm an oyster lover myself. Okay, so is there anything that you'd like to say to Ron?
Ron, we all love you. We all love what you've done for all the musicians, the inspiration you've brought to us all, whether or not we've worked with you directly or not. And we just wish you all the best and love you.
That's great, man. I appreciate your time.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you, man. Who are you?
Madeline.
Yeah. You want to say happy birthday to Ron Feldman?
Sure.
Do it.
Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to Ron. Happy birthday to you.
That was beautiful. You have a great singing voice.